Yo, yo, yo! What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today, we are writing a taskbar for our Wayland window manager. It's been a minute. We've been distracted. We've gotten sidetracked, but we're back a few months later. Look at this bad boy. Look at him. Isn't he sick? We got two windows. Look at this. You can fucking resize them. You can fucking move them around. You can pick which one you want on top. You can close one. Wowzer. Wowzer. So this is where we're at, right? And if I were to try to use this window manager for real, which we obviously cannot yet, but if we were to try, one of the things that we would want to do is we would want to look at what windows are open and maybe launch new apps. So I think the obvious usability constraint right now is a taskbar. So that's the next thing on the list. And if I remember from before, which I might not, but I think the idea was I wanted to have this thing be a separate application that can talk to the window manager through some protocol and do things like get the window list, ask the window manager to put something in the foreground, maybe ask him to move it around, maybe ask him to minimize it, right? There's all these things that we might ask the window manager. And so the first question we ask is, how are we going to talk to the window manager? And, I do a little Googling, and it doesn't seem like there's any standardized way that, taskbars talk to window managers. Some people use Dbus, some people use, custom JSON RPCs, some people use, Wayland extensions to do this. So, to me, it seems like the nicest way to do this, well, I won't say the nicest, I won't say the best, I won't say the easiest, but by some combo of those three things, Dbus, right? Because Dbus is this existing interprocess communication thing that we use. We already have to support it in the window manager because we have to talk to systemd in order to get credentials to log in and have permission to do things right to the screen, right? So we already have to speak Dbus from the window manager. And the taskbar has to speak Dbus in order to get the system tray, right? So when you have these icons which are kind of hidden under my face, but down here, right? All of these things, those are exposed to the taskbar through Dbus. So given that we already have to speak Dbus through both, we already have this dependency, and it's not that bad, right? So that's what we're gonna use. We're gonna use Dbus as a way to communicate between ourselves. We wrote a Dbus library in the past in order to do this communication with systemd. We never integrated it into the window manager, but we have one. So we have a Dbus implementation that we wrote ourselves, and we can use that. So the plan today is to try to take that Dbus service implementation that we wrote. It's not really finished, but it's 95% of the way there, to the point where we can try integrating it and see how it falls over. And we can bring this into our window manager, expose some functions to get the window list, and then we can add some functions so that we can say, bring this window into the foreground, please, sir. Then once we have that, we can write a client that has a little renderer of some form that we can click on stuff. I don't know, that asks, he retrieves the window list and asks for things. That's fine. And it would be cool if we get to the point where we had the world's shittiest taskbar ready to go. I maybe should have brought this up before 5 seconds in the main segment. What protocol things like Waybar use? I looked at this 3 months ago, and I don't remember, but I remember thinking I don't care. Does that answer your question? I'm sure that it uses something. I think I also looked at Kwin, and Kwin was using their own Dbus protocol, so I was like, well, it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. I think that there might be something. Yeah, I don't remember, so I won't pretend. Okay, step one. Step one is we want to say, let's add a submodule of Dbus. Okay, and we will pull this from Dbus. Maybe I have to add this thing, and maybe it goes like this. Okay, Dbus, and what do we have in here? We should be on not the nice good branch, but the shitty smiley face branch. So let's do that. And the way this library works is he kind of exposes this XML parser because they're like Dbus services kind of define XML. So like if you go in here, we have like an example like Spotify reader or Spotify hookup. And this thing, he defines in him, I am an interface, and my interface has this name, and this guy has these functions on him, right? So what we have in here is an example where we've written like a little service that has like a hello and goodbye function, and kind of like another XML blob that ties these an object path to this service, right? So this will say at dev test service, we have this interface. That's kind of like what this guy does. So what we have to do is we have to define some interface somewhere and some guy that binds that to some object paths somewhere. And then we're going to like stick some service somewhere that will like wait for these things to happen, I believe. So I think the first thing to do here is we add this thing as a dependency. So we say, hey, Dbus lives here. Dbus is Dbus, if you think about it. And then we, somewhere, must want to do something like that. So we have, what's going on here? We have some, like, big-ass builder guy, and when he builds the window manager, he has make window manager, which has server bindings and stuff like this. So probably it looks like the flow that we would want to do is we want to have like a WM Dbus service is like make WM Dbus service or something, right? Probably. And then that guy must get passed in here somewhere. I don't know. It seems like it. I don't really know what this thing does yet, but I guess we will find out. Probably we copy paste something else, use this as a starting point, make WM Dbus service. And what is he going to want to do? He's going to want to talk to like the Dbus library thing. So it looks like we probably stash a bunch of stuff around. No, doesn't look like it. We just have like functions to do things that are nice and helpful. So we only stash this stuff. Okay. So we're like, hit me with, this guy doesn't need any of these imports either. Why is this not auto-completing? I would love him to. There we go. So we have some builder, and we probably want to look for a dependency of Dbus. And I think that we have default arguments here, and we're going to say, could you please, I think we actually have a helper function that we just wrote in the happy hour segment to kind of generate these bindings for us. So I think we have like gen service, and we're like, pass in the builder and me. I am the Dbus dep, and here we have some path of where our interface definition is. So we're probably gonna have like res / WM Dbus service XML or something like that, right? And I guess we just kind of return this thing, and this returns a module? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Then this guy, somewhere, he's going to take in that Dbus service, as well as the Dbus library, probably. And he's gonna put those in his app. Dbus service, I guess. Something like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. So this is be dependency Dbus. I guess it's kind of like this. Builder import Dbus. I guess something like this. Easy. I guess we need to call this mod because we were importing something somewhere else. And then this guy's kind of the same. All right. Are we chilling now? Are we chilling? Are we chilling? Are we chilling? Close. Okay. I must have spelled something wrong. Okay, so now he's mad because in build zig. What the fuck? Hold on. What is he pissed about? I'm confused. I'm confused. So this guy is running some stuff. He's got an import dbus. He's got dependency dbus. Oh. Submodule update, init, recursive. He's got a submodule that he's got. Let's try that. Okay, there we go. Root source file struct build has no member named gen service. Oh. Why not? Did we not push the changes that we made earlier? It's right here. I see it. I see it with my eyeballs. So why does he not have it here? Get checkout refactor. Get submodule update. Oh. I see. I see. We called submodule updated to something. Okay. Hand is going ballistic with all the hand waving. Perfect. Okay, so we need to define some service. So let us start by copying the example service, and then we will update that to be something else later. Right, so we kind of will just say, what was this called? It was supposed to be WM Dbus service XML. And now does he compile? Oh, we're so compiling right now? Hell yeah. Cool. Cool, so we compile. And, what are we looking for? I guess we go into our main somewhere. And this guy is going to want to register with the event loop something related to the Dbus service, right? So, the way that our event loop works, at this point in time, we have a refactor that we worked on in the past 3 months that makes this a lot cleaner. But at this point in time, we have these I don't know. What does it do? We register handlers. So we have some handler callback that has a vtable that says, hey, I have some file descriptor that will be pulled with epoll, right? So the event loop system is going to wait for input on this file descriptor. Then when that happens, he will call poll on this structure that we've made, right? So I guess we have to define a handler for this thing that will kind of link the event loop to our Dbus service. So I believe it probably makes sense for us to have some sort of Dbus thing in here. And this is probably where we have he imports the Dbus library and the service is going to be imported from here as well. Right? This is kind of whose job that is. And he's going to have some sort of Dbus service here, right? And this guy is going to have this handler, probably, that gets registered with the event loop. So this comes from stud. And he's going to return a stud event loop handler. Okay, cool. We will figure out what goes in here, I guess. So this guy has all this stuff. Pointer itself. vtable is something that we're gonna have to fill in. Probably, I think it's a poll and close are the two functions that he wants. File descriptor is gonna be some sort of file descriptor, who knows, and desired events. He probably only cares about read. I don't think that he wants to be notified on write, because I think that our assumption right now is that writes always succeed, which is a bad assumption, but it's one that we make. And now we have to implement these things. So we want a poll function and a close function. Okay. And I guess this is a stud event loop. Here. And here. Oopsies. Oh, God. Okay. This is probably from this as well. Cool. And I think this one's loop for some fucking reason. The types here are, like, disastrous. Disastrous. But that's okay. Let's just do nothing for now, and this is going to fuck things up, but that's okay. At least we will compile, which is the goal here. We need some file descriptor, which is going to be... maybe this is actually like our Dbus stream? I don't know. What does our service example do? He calls Dbus connection over some session bus stream that he's made. So this must return like a net stream. Yeah, standard library stream, which we are going to adapt to something that we can use async wise. But it looks like this is going to be a subnet stream. Is what we're going to hold here. Okay, and then... So when we initialize this thing, which we are going to do at some point... I guess he is going to call Dbus, like, session bus here. So here we are connected to the Dbus session bus if this works. And if that works, then I guess we can just return for now. I guess we probably want to set this thing as non-block. And then I guess probably here we return self-stream handle. Okay. Cool. So that seems reasonable. So if we connect this back in here, I guess we're gonna have Dbus server is try Dbus, which is not imported. Yep. Oopsies, did I just jump somewhere that I didn't mean to? Try dbus.dbusservice.init, which is probably not public yet. I probably missed something that was explained early on, but why are we implementing this over implementing ZWR foreign top-level manager v1? Because I think from a application interface perspective, working with the Wayland RPC kind of sucks balls, and I'd prefer not to if I don't have to. So since we get to define how we're going to do this, I like Dbus better, is basically the answer. Right? Like, I like, basically, like, Wayland... The Wayland protocol thing doesn't really support, like, function calls, which is a thing that I want to do sometimes, right? And, like, also trying to expose, like, custom handlers through our Wayland library is also not, like, trivial, and we already have to support Dbus for other things. So, and, like, if we're, like, if we want a command line interface to interface with the window manager, Dbus is also nicer there. It's like a bunch of like just small nudges where I don't think it's like wrong to do the Wayland thing, but like that Wayland protocol is already not used by everyone anyways. And like I might want to do things that aren't in that protocol. I don't remember if that's the case, but I do remember looking and thinking that I might want things that aren't like in the defaults. So then it would be like if they don't have all of the things that I want, I'll have to write another Wayland extension, which I don't want to do. You know what I mean? It's all like You could do it that way, and it would be totally fine to do that. I just didn't want to, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. All right, so this guy's gonna want to like register with the event loop, his handler, which is not a public function yet. And then I guess, let's say here, stood debug print, dbus time for a dbus boy. And hopefully what we'll see is, oh, I guess we have to register as a we have to register our name somewhere. So we have to say who we expect to be and who we expect the people to talk to us as. So in our example, I think that we wait for this connection to be like fully initialized. Yeah. Okay. So I guess somebody will do some chatter on this file descriptor, and we should see this log, and then deciding what to do when we see that log was for later. All right. Let's see if we see that. Oh, we are losing our standard in and out. Zig out bin swim. Dbus time for dbus boy. That's a good line for us. Okay. So the question is what do we do here? We want to like take this thing and turn it into something that we can use as like a dbus boy, right? So can we call this, I guess this connection, I think is what we called it. Yes, so we have a dbus connection in here. And this guy's going to have a pointer to a reader and a writer, which means that we kind of need our stream reader here. And a writer as well. Right? Because we're gonna like interface this thing, which means that we need like the buffers for these guys, right? So we're gonna have like stream, like reader buff, and the writer buff, right? Which kind of means that like this thing is gonna have self-reference for sure. So we're gonna do an init pinned instead of dbus service. Dbus boy has to be one of the worst superhero names ever. And then here instead of returning, we just kind of do this. So I guess we are going to do something like stream. I guess it's more like this. Self stream is stream. So it's more like self stream here. We have to be careful to actually initialize everything here, right? Reader buff is undefined, but the stream reader is going to be self stream reader with self stream reader buff. Boom. We have stream writer. Is this with writer buff? And then we have our connection is going to be dbus connection initialized. Hello? Do we literally just like, does this not have an init function? Oh, I see. I call dbus connection like this for some reason. Oh, I don't know why. I'm sure there's a reason. What's this guy do? It's probably that this used to be a generic type and now it's not. That's probably what happened, is that it used to be generic. So can we put a fix me on there? Oh, this is going to be annoying because this is a fix me in like a fucking submodule, so we're going to forget. But I don't like this. Dbus to do, maybe. We kind of fix this, and we should say dbus connection should have an init function instead of dbus connection. Okay. Okay, so when something happens, I guess we want to kind of exhaust the connection if we can, which is going to be some sort of like, I am a dbus service who is a pointer cast, a line cast of the generic type passed into me that has been type erased. I am going to try my best to do everything that I can. I guess there is going to be a chance that I will fail. So let's kind of give myself a, poll failable function that is a little bit nicer to work with from our perspective. So maybe a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And here we will do this self-cast up here, and then we will do like poll failable, catch, return, complete or something. We are in a bad state, otherwise we will return in progress, and then there will probably be some intelligent lookings here eventually, but for now we will just always freak the fuck out if anything goes wrong. Which lets us do this. So we will try to pull this connection, and he's going to give us some response. And depending on what the response is, I think this is the first thing that we're looking for. And then everything else, we'll do a little, I think it's else in this here. Unhandled Dbus chatter. Okay, we're looking pretty good here, I think. I will say, we refactored this event loop, and that refactor made all of this just way nicer, right? This is so much scaffolding, and this scaffolding just like doesn't exist anymore in the new version of this thing, which is kind of nice. But you know, it is what it is. We can't do everything at once, you know? Okay, what's this guy pissed about? This guy probably, I actually don't know. Found, expected type, writer, found reader. It's true that we did just write reader twice. It is true that we've done that. Okay. So, bad news is that we never see that initialized, which is interesting. Can we maybe catch here, if we see an error, can we say, uh-oh, something went wrong, right? Maybe that'll be a clue. Uh-oh, something went wrong. Okay, well, I guess we should have asked what went wrong. So let's take a little peeksies there. Read failed. So we are failing to talk to the Dbus, for some reason. Can we get a backtrace out of this thing? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Okay. Oh, right. Would block. That is a very valid point. We set this thing as non-block, so obviously sometimes we block, which is a responsibility that we were supposed to check here. Okay, so here we're like, if stream reader error state is equal to would block, and the thing that we got was a read failed. We return call me again later. Otherwise, we do what we did before. And he doesn't like this. This thing probably has some sort of like bullshit interface thing, because like Windows, Linux, yeah, it's called get error. Okay, what's he pissed about now? Cool. Cool, love that. This returns an optional error. Cool. Love this. Add dot question mark. But I mean, it's not, I mean, yeah, maybe. But like, that's wrong. Right? Like that compiles, but that's incorrect. Const stream, like source error is this. You know, self stream reader get error, or else return, or else break block, maybe. Then if source error is equal to error would block, Yeah, it's like something like this. Gross. Just like ew. Ew, ew, ew. But like, what you gonna do? Okay. Unhandled dbus chatter, but we also get dbus time for dbus boy. So we finish initializing, and then we see some unhandled chatter, which is beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so what is our unhandled dbus chatter? Is it something we care about? Let's take a look. Let's take a little peek skis. We are seeing responses to some message that we sent out. I think that's just like some like default. And then he's saying, I guess sometimes this guy just returns none, like fuck you. Like I finished, but there's nothing for you to do. Is this our like exit case? No, this just means that like this just means like, hey, we did some stuff, but it's nothing you need to fucking worry about. Okay. Interesting. Weird API, but okay. Who wrote this? Who did this? So if we see none, we don't give a shit. And then was our thing we saw like some response to something, which we also probably don't give a shit about. Okay. The interesting thing is going to be if somebody calls something. Right? If somebody calls some function, we are going to try to handle that thing, right? So there's some sort of handle message thing in here. And like, what does this guy take? He takes all sorts of shit. So like, he takes our service definition, which is this guy. He takes a scratch allocator. Okay. He takes a message, which is, I guess, call. Is this just what the call is? Yeah, that's a parsed message, which is what he wants, and he's a connection. Okay, probably for like sending response. And this guy returns a request. So we can say call with this shit, which should give us some information. Okay, this is mad because we need a scratch allocator attached to him, so we'll get one of those. Which I think is like a stud alloc linear allocator, probably. It's probably what he wants. Something that can be checkpoint and restored. Okay. And then here we can do a little, you know, checkpoint is self-scratch checkpoint. And at the end of this block, we remove all allocations that we did. Get them out of there. And then we leak the fuck out of everything below. Beautiful. Somebody's gonna be mad that we didn't call this guy with the right stuff, so we probably have scratch. Beautiful. Okay, and then this guy's mad that we didn't use the standard interface for this guy. Okay. Cool. So if I now call QDbus. Oh, we forgot to register our name. Somewhere, if we initialize, we need to register a name with this guy, which we have a fix me in here. Maybe this should be a function in Dbus, but shut the fuck up. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to call it manually. So we say, hey, Mr. Dbus, could you please give us the name of, and let's start with window manager. This, I believe, will later have to be tied to which Wayland interface we are. But for now, I think we just request this and we ignore the response. Like, we're supposed to, like, you know, log the handle and fail if, and like freak out if the response is not what we expected, right? But instead, we'll just not do any of that and just hope to God that it works, you know? Because now we should. Oh. That's not good. I would have expected to see our name. Interesting. got response. Hold on. So after this call, we should see, like, here I should be like initializing Dbus boy, you know? Oh, he's mad. He's mad. Boy's angry. Oopsies. Boy's angry. So we're initializing Dbus boy. Got response. We have a couple of these. What does this say? Who knows? Who knows? But it looks to me like we should be connected. Right? Like there's no, I don't really understand here. We should be seeing that a new Dbus ID should show up at like colon 1.89 or something. Unless these things are sorted in some fucked order. Oh, they are, right? 103. So it's just fucking sorted like garbage in QDbus. That's funny. Ah, yeah, here we go. It's just that they're fucking sorted lexicographically instead of by number. That's crazy. But we do have this guy now. So we should be able to be like, sir, what we got in here? And we have our fucking test service. And if we say hello to him, he never responds, but we should see that we got a call with this thing. Perfect. So we're not handling this thing in any way, shape, or form because that's like up to the application, but it looks like all of the like service piping is getting there, which is very nice. Very nice. All right. So can we go back into our Dbus stuff? And I guess now we want to make a better definition of what our thing has. So let's start with GetWindowList. Seems reasonable, right? That's the first thing that we're going to do. Get a list of all our fucking windows. So this guy is now going to be called dev spheriphoria swim XML, I think is fine. And our WM Dbus service is going to say at dev spheriphoria swim, we are going to have dev spheriphoria swim.xml. Beautiful. And in here, we are going to have a function whose name is GetWindowList. And he is going to return some sort of key value list, which I do not remember how to write in the Dbus thing. But we should have an example somewhere. Right? Like the MPRAS stuff, someone is going to return an array somewhere. Out. Direction equals out. No? Great. Love that. Dbus. How do you do arrays? How do you do arrays? Dbus type strings. Let's take a look. Dbus spec. Did you register on the system or the session bus? Session bus. I don't know if that was a relevant question for something else earlier, if you were just curious. But, session bus. Message type, message format, byte order and alignment. It really feels like it's in here somewhere. Yeah, this. A. I think it's A and then squigglies. Or so I think it's like the parentheses are structs of like tuple structs, and then if you use squiggle brackets, you get like key value structs. I believe, but we will see. And I also, who knows if our Dbus library even supports those? I don't. But let's say that we have like an array of string to string. Okay. So if I run this thing now, and it should tell me that I want to look at this interface. Beautiful. And he's confused. Because this, interface name should be swim. And then we should only have GetWindowList. Right, so if this guy is saying anything other than that, like, this is confusing, right? This is confusing. Where is this, like, hello and goodbye leaking in from? Right, this doesn't exist, so he's getting it from somewhere. It could be that we are not correctly handling dependencies. Like, the dependency graph of rebuild is, like, we have, like, a double link in here, right? We have WM Dbus service depends on devs for Aforia Swim, but it doesn't know that this is, like, the build system doesn't know that, which is bad. Which is bad and has to be fixed. So let's look at, we will say dbus to do. We'll say, the build system does not know about the nested dependencies in gen service. I.e., if I change the service definition, but not the parent XML, the top level XML, it will not be regenerated. And because I am lazy, I'm just going to go rm-fr zig cache. And we'll run again. Bad news bears. Ah, fuck me. So in dbus.zig, line 1014, we have a little unsupported type here. In dbus parse body inner. So we support objects, strings, variants. Yeah, we don't have, or arrays that have array, or we have structs that are arrays, but not key values. Okay, so we don't support like maps, but we do support arrays. So we will just do that for now instead because I'm a lazy piece of shit. But I guess that also goes in the to-do. Service definition cannot have key value maps. That can be fixed. Just later. Okay, so we have swim.xml, and we will just replace these squiggly brackets with parentheses, and then it should work. I believe. Uh-oh. Interesting. Okay, can we see what he's mad about? For type void. The fuck? What the fuck? Stale cache? Unlucky. Unlucky. So where is this coming from? Let's turn this on and see what happens. So we are on handle message who is trying to generate a signature, a dbus signature for some structure, right? So which structure? Probably the generated structure that we made, right? So can we take a look at that? Test service. So we have GetWindowList void. That's really bad. That's really bad, right? So that's the problem, is that shouldn't be void. So what's going on there? Who does that? Well, how does this thing work? We parse some XML, we walk the XML, and we generate interfaces for each interface. We call gen interface in here. We are probably looking over each method, right? So we have method such as, oopsies, GetWindowList. Here we are generating the method, and we have dbus to zig type here, who is coming from arg.type. So you would think Okay, this guy has like some formatter, and he sees array start and array end. Right, he sees array start and he creates a Dbus parse array. So that should work. Is the tokenizer? It's on A. For A, he sees array start. I wonder if we have like the type field is in the wrong spot. So it's supposed to be type quote s quote. Direction in type quote s quote. Direction out. Maybe we fuck up if we don't have an input. That would not like entirely shock me because we're dog shit. No, because for each argument, no, it shouldn't be. So hold on, I'm taking another peek at the generated code as a clue. Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. So he's confused. He's saying so probably it's just that if we don't have any arguments, he doesn't know how to fucking handle himself. So this might have to get fixed as well, but we should be able to get away with this. If I understand the bug, that should fix it if we just say, fuck it. We say, fuck it, you have an input. Don't you worry, sir. It does. It does. So that's another Dbus to do. All like service definition does not support null, like 0 argument functions. God, our library fucking sucks balls. It's so bad. But now we should be able to run the window manager, and we should be able to introspect this thing. Oopsies. Can we queue Dbus maybe? And can we look for what's our fucking program's name? This thing? And this is the object path. Okay. And on here, we now have, you know, a guy who's going to return a bunch of array of strings structures. So if we call GetWindowList now, he says, sir, you need to give me an argument. So we'll give him ASDF. And then this guy gets that method and he doesn't know what to do with it. Ass. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. I agree. Ass. Okay. Bracket. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I think ass is kind of more bracket O bracket, right? Because you're trying to really get the hole in there. A dot is like, you know, this guy is, he's not straight. What am I doing? I'm gonna get fucking banned. Okay. Okay. So this guy, oh my, yeah. I assume that this is gonna get, everyone's typing boobs in the chat now. Beautiful. Okay, so I guess if this thing returns null, there is nothing to do. It kind of handled it for us. So we kind of do this. Now we have a request here who is like, sir, I got a request on this object. Beautiful. And this is his service name or something. And then we switch on the service name, and he's going to be like mad because I didn't get this guy. And this is going to be the method or something. I don't know what this is. Maybe like the call params. And we switch on the call params, I think. And we have method, get property, and set property. So get property is like confusing because we don't have any properties. And set property would also be confusing. I guess this should not crash though. This should just return error invalid call or something, right? And in reality, this actually needs to be factored out so that just because this request is not reasonable does not mean that like we should exit our whole loop, right? Like we should allow return like errors in here that we need to like fully consume any data that's available to us if we can. So we actually kind of need like a fix me here that's like like below code should be factored out and errors should be logged and ignored if possible, right? I believe that's kind of the behavior we want. Hand-rolled bespoke artisanal WMs here, folks. We have artisanal window managers. Perfect. And we switch on the method. Do you guys think that this is good code? Switch, 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 switch? What do we think? Do we think yes or no? Good or bad? 1 or 2? And here we finally get our GetWindowList. Params. And here we ignore the params and we're saying like there really fix me. There really shouldn't be any parameters here. But we cannot generate bindings without them. LOL. Needs more inline out switch. Yeah, you know it's bad when you format your comment and you can only be 4 words thick. Okay. So, how do we return shit? Connection.ret something. So, let's do a little self-connection ret. And is this params? Who has the serial? Who has the serial? Call, probably. Yes. And then what does this guy take? He's like, give me a destination. Okay. And then our return type is a structure. I guess it's like const ret is a struct, which has a ID and the name, right? This is what we're trying to return here. And then we are trying to return a bunch of these things. So here we're like, ret is a slice of ret is equal to, and then for now, can we just say, hello world as our thing, and like, goodbye world 2 or something. And if we return this, I believe we should see something saying here. He doesn't like this because this needs to say ID like this, and this needs to be name like this. I already feel bad for the second person who has to look at this code. I agree. He's like unhandled type ret here. Interesting. So I guess maybe I can't use arbitrary types here. What can I use? What does he support? What does he support? He's got some body. And this body can be anybody. Generate Dbus signature. How does this guy work? How does this guy work? If we see a structure, if it has parse array marker, we generate this. Otherwise, if it's a variant, it has this thing. Otherwise, we generate the structure, the signature of the inner structure. Okay, with struct close. That's how I expected this thing to work. Is it that it can't have named fields? It might not be allowed to have named fields. For each field in the structure, he generates the thing. Wait, what's the problem? That seems like it should be fine, right? So we get to pointer. He does array plus some stuff. Unimplemented type for const. Array of this. Like, this should hit this. Because pointer size is slice. And then he should return a plus this. He should. I don't understand. Not all pointers are slices. I agree. But this one is, right? This is ret as explicitly a slice pointer here. Very explicit. Right? So I don't see add else panic. Yeah, I guess that's not insane. I guess we should also reference trace. Let's just double check that I understand where this error is coming from. So this is in. Oh, this is in Dbus serialize, not in generate. Oh, I see. 933. Hold on. That makes more sense. So in Dbus serialize, here we don't support pointers yet. I see. So this should be, you know, what is the, like, the structure of these Dbus arrays again? Oh my god. Do we have any, like, right array? No, Jesus Christ. Okay, we actually have to implement this. We don't have a choice. We don't have a choice, so how do arrays work? How do arrays work? I believe it is... I believe it's something along the lines of the first byte is the length of the array. The first U32 is the length of the array. And then you have, like, parameters of that array somewhere. We have, like, a parse array. So here he reads, we just do the opposite of this. He reads a U32, then he aligns forward to the alignment of this thing. Right? So we write a U32. Write a U32 of the length of the value, right? Then we align forwards to the alignment of the child type. Okay. Then we... Oh, this is fucked. We need to know the length of the size of the thing, which is, I guess, times size of PI child. Probably. Something like that? Right? Then we iterate over all of these values. And we should be able to do, like, just a serialize of the child. I believe this thing needs an int cast, which is maybe not correct. Maybe there should be some sort of, like, arrowable int cast in there. And then this guy is like, hit me with the Dbus writer. All right. And then we return because we succeeded. Okay. Unhandled type U8. Okay. Unknown alignment for U8. Alright. Surely it's 1. Unimplemented field for type U8. Is it Y? I think it's Y. What is the tag for a U8? Where do they tell us what all these things mean? Like, oh, here. Byte Y. Yep, perfect. Value of const U8 ignored. Am I stupid? Oh, I need to return it. Fine. Okay, we compile. Wait, that's good. I wonder if QDBus can understand this thing. Okay, bad news bears. Uh-oh, something went wrong. End of stream. We probably returned some invalid Dbus content. Probably. Probably, because I think that, like, if you return something incorrect, the, like, Dbus manager guy will just, like, nuke the connection. So, I guess we have to be a little bit more careful about this, like, serialization. End of stream, see tomorrow. No, wait. Uh-oh, no, not that kind of end of stream. Not that kind. Not that kind. So I guess we probably just have to be a little bit more careful about this. Maybe, can we, before we get too crazy, what are we trying to send? Because I didn't really expect a U8 in there at all. Like, at all. Oh, these are wrong. These should be Dbus strings. I forgot. For the meta programming, because that's why it was trying to get to U8s down there. So let's start here. This should fix something. And then that would explain why he was mad, because, like, the type didn't match what we said it should be. And then this is not an array here. This is just like this. Boom. Okay, let's try that. Oopsies. Dbus? No reply. Uh-oh. Okay, let's start by asking him, what do you think you are? Generate signature for type of red. Like, tell me. Replying with this signature. I guess we have to call the function. Okay, so that's a good sign. We get an array of a struct with 2 strings. He thinks that's what he's doing. I guess probably our array length is incorrect. Right? Like, I bet that the strings are supposed to be inlined in here. Right? So when we do, you know, our serialization and we find pointer here, our length is wrong. Right? Because, like, the size of a Dbus string is, like, not, it's, like, embedded in the array. Right? So, like, the format of this type is, like, len, and then, like, len data, and then, like, more len data, then, like, len data, right? And so, like, our string length, our length of this, like, whole content, like this, needs to be, like, a sum of all of the strings inside, which is a massive pain in the ass. Like, that is not trivial for us to implement, right? You need some sort of guy who will look at the type of the thing that you're trying to serialize, and if it is a string, right, then he, like, recurses into it. You need some sort of, like, recursive bullshit. Which is just, like, a massive pain in the ass. Do we have anything that does that already? Do we have anything that does that already? Like, we're looking for anything that maps, like, a U32 to the number 4. Right? That's, or, like, a size of, or something. I doubt we've done this. Yeah, it doesn't really, I don't see it. Nothing's jumping out at me right now. Oh, what a pain in my ass. Serialize inner. Parse body inner. Yeah, it looks like we haven't done this yet. Okay. You called? I don't think so. I think I just said this is miserable, and maybe you were like, hey, I'm miserable? Maybe that's what happened? I don't think I called for you. Okay, well, fucking kill me, I guess. So when this guy's like this, we need some sort of like sig equals ass. Thank you. You said pain in my ass. I just assumed you meant me. Perfect. Perfect. Calc array len of val. I guess this is the play. And I don't know what this is gonna do yet, but I don't know. Oh, I heard recursion was instantly summoned. Yeah, perfect. So, I guess we have some sort of type info on the type of val. God, metaprogramming sucks. Who did this? Who did this? So we are assuming this thing is a pointer, else unreachable. We should crash. Right, we should freak the fuck out. Then I guess this is maybe like I just want this for val for array. We have some value, and for each element in this thing, we have some sort of like size, and we do some sort of like size plus equals something. I guess like this whole thing is really more like a type size. Yeah, so we want some sort of like serialized size, Dbus serialized size for a type. That kind of seems right. Right? And then we switch on T and we go like U32 4. I32 4, right? Like we have this mapping kind of, right? Like we know this thing. F64 8, right? I64 8, right? We have this information. And you know, dbus string is more advanced, right? Because if we see a dbus string, then that means we actually have to look at the length of the string, right? So it's gonna be like 4 plus the like length size, the like val len or something, which means that this can't be comp time. So this is like T is type of val. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And this is like inner here. Okay. Cool. Then we switch on type info of T, right? And this is where we handle like the magic guys, like the like, you know, the pointer and like the pointer and the struct. For now, we will just do pointer, I think. Yep. Okay, and then I think you might actually need some alignment here too, which is interesting. Right, because like the U32s have to be 4-byte aligned, I think. Right? So like how do I say this? We need to know where in the byte stream we are to know if we need to align forwards after the end of a string, right? Because we're gonna have like len data, right? But here there's gonna be like a little gap to enforce that len is on a 4-byte boundary. If I remember the thing correctly, right? So like, can we look at strings? Like alignment, byte order and alignment, right? No. Somewhere it tells us the alignment of each type on the wire. Here we go. String 4, right? So it's like, but maybe it's not this guy's job to do that alignment shit. I think that's reasonable, right? This guy's job is to calculate the length, but not the alignment. So we'll just say without alignment here, and we'll figure out the alignment part later. Okay. So if we see a pointer, we have 4 plus, and then we have to iterate over each thing. So we have size is 0. 4, I guess like if pi like size is not equal to slice here, we do this. So we go for each val item, we do size plus equals Dbus serialized size without alignment item. And then I guess we want to like align forwards here. But that means we're making an assumption about our initial alignment. Oh, this sucks, man. This is awful. This is terrible. Who wrote this library like this? Okay. So maybe this becomes something a little bit more advanced. Dbus serialized size calculator. Does this make sense? I feel like I want to have a structure so that I can have like alignment here, but maybe this is overkill. Maybe we just have like the initial alignment in here. I mean, I guess you kind of know. Yeah, like byte stream position, I guess, is what this is going to do, right? Probably something like this. And then we have var. Yeah, this is absolute garbage. Which idiot wrote this code? Yeah, this is terrible. This is really bad. I really do not like this. I'm unhappy. Okay, so we start here, right? We start here, and it's like, I guess that means that this handles the alignment here, right? So we need to do like, oh, I don't know. Like align, surely we've done something like this before. I guess it's just align forwards. Maybe we can like cheat. Yeah, I don't, what if we can just cheat? And we could do something like this. Writer is stood IO writer discarding or something. You know what I mean? Maybe we can do something like that, and then we can just do the fucking serialization twice, like lazy pieces of shit, and then figure it out after? I don't know. Let's see what happens if we try that. Perfect. I hate it. Yeah. I mean, it's less garbage than what we were doing before. So So now we have Dbus writer. What is in this thing? He has pause and writer. So our pause is our byte stream position. Writer is writer. And we literally just see how much shit he wrote in here, right? Okay. This feels like it's recursing in a way that is gonna freak the fuck out at me, but maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Okay. So then we just do like writer count, full count. We just fucking return this shit. It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay. So now, when we get to this thing, we say serialized size is Dbus serialized size. Hello? This. And we're like, hit me with val. I mean, this is so clearly broken, right? Because here we are in Dbus serialized inner. We are going into this, and we are going Dbus serialized size, which immediately calls Dbus serialized inner. Right? So this is obviously fucking broken. Right? This has to specialize handle the array type, probably. To avoid the, like, recursion garbage. It has to. It'll be fine. No, I don't see a world where this works. Send it. No, it won't work. It won't work. But I guess we can always find out. Okay. This is gonna break. Uh. What's this thing pissed about? Discarding creates a discarding, which is a writer. Millennial said skip it. I just know this one. No, I mean we're gonna immediately crash. Yeah, I mean he's like, I can't fucking manage this error set because it's like it's returning itself. Oh, but maybe that's okay. Wait, hold on. Any error. What's he busy with now? Expected this, found that. Do we have like specific error types we're looking for? We have parse error. Kill me. Any error. Else prong required when switching on type any error. Alright. Okay, what if... I mean, this works already before. I mean, I think it is actually because of this, like, recursion bullshit, right? I actually do think it's because of this. Switch. Type info. Type of val. I guess this is only for arrays. This is only for arrays, which gives us an extra clue. Yeah, this does give us a clue. So we can say, like, for val item, It does in fact seem broken as heck. Perfect. We are doing Dbus serialize inner item write U32 0 because we don't know, but we don't care. So we write the 0, we iterate over all the items, we write each item, and then maybe that won't freak the fuck out. Seems like maybe fair. Yeah, he's a lot happier with this. A lot happier. I wonder if that works. It'd be kind of crazy if it did. Nope. Obviously he's unhappy. Is there like a way for us to understand why he's freaking out? Like, it would be nice for the fucking Dbus bus to tell us why it's killing us. So I'm opening up like my journal CTL on the other monitor. I just don't know if it's gonna leak something that it shouldn't. So hold on. We're gonna run this again. We're gonna call this, and we're gonna hope something happens over here. It doesn't. Nothing useful. How do I like debug dbus errors? Like, I mean, I don't want like errors from. Fuck. Dbus. I mean, he is just killing us because we're doing something invalid. I just want to know what he's. What do you mean other monitor? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's back. We have a new monitor. What can I say? Fuck. I guess what we can do is we can try to serialize something ourselves and then parse it ourselves. And if we can see how our parser falls over, and that will give us a clue for if we're doing something, like if we even think it should work, which at this point we have no fucking idea. Okay. So can we just like make some fucking garbage example of like array back? I guess we could just write a test. That makes sense. Tests. Have you guys heard of those? Unit testing discovered. Yeah. Perfect. So can we, where do we do this? Dbus array size. Okay. So I guess we're doing like a test array size. Array back and forth maybe. So we're gonna say, you know, to serialize is item. Item is a struct that has ID as a dbus string and name as a dbus string. That's what we were doing before, right? And then we are like, hit me with ID is hello and name is world. And then we had goodbye and world 2. That's what we were trying to serialize. Then we're like, message is going to be deep, like I don't know. Surely that's enough, right? And we're gonna do like writer is stood IO writer fixed all around message. Okay. And we are going to call dbus serialize writer to serialize. Okay, and this returns nothing, right? Then we're going to try parse. I guess it's this guy, right? Parse body inner, maybe? So we have a reader. Yeah. So usually we make one of these like this, and we call it like this. Okay. Sure. Wait, no, but we need like a message. This is more than like, this thing serializes like the message header and stuff too, right? Or is this only the body? Looks like it's just the body. Okay. Okay. Var reader is going to be stood IO reader fixed around writer written. Hello? Writer. I guess it's like message from 0 to writer end or something. Yeah. Okay. So here we are parsing a bunch of items with little endianness, DR, and no diagnostics. Okay, and then this is like parsed. Is this? Which I assume can fail. And then we're like expect. I guess we're gonna get like a parsed. I guess that's fine. I actually don't know if this works. Because think on parse, we don't support slices like this. We're supposed to do a parse array. So like the input and output are like asymmetric. Read type. So this is going to be a dbus parse array. Dbus array. There's something like array. Parse array. Here we go. Of item. Yes. That's more reasonable. That's more what we expect. I think. This is so good because it's so good because we now have absolutely no idea if we're writing our testing code wrong or our actual code wrong. We have no fucking idea. I guess, do we have like var iterator is this while it next we have something, I don't know, man. Var count is 0, count plus equals 1, and then try stood testing expect equal count 2. We are expecting 2 items in this array. Let's just see if we can at least get through this shit. There we go. Okay. Jesus Christ. Zig build and zig out bin Dbus tests. Perfect. Perfect. We are crashing the fuck out. Because we are tossing the array length bytes. Array. Tossing. Oh, yeah, okay. So this thing that we are tossing is just like too long. Tossing 55. So we must have calculated 55 as our length, and then this guy's just trusting that. So this is actually like a bug, right? This is like, should error not crash if they lie, right? Obviously. Obviously. Okay. But that means that our length is not that. So can we like print what we serialized and like, I would like to hex dump this thing. So can we look at like, I guess let's like dump out what we wrote. Can we current working directory open file of like written bin create file? Is there like a like write all to file or something? Write all. Perfect. Message from zero writer end. Let's just kind of, can we like just like hex dump written bin. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Okay. Okay, so this whole thing. Okay, so this is good news to some extent. 37, 37. Right? Right? So we're close. It's probably just we shouldn't have written the fucking 4 bytes at the beginning. Right? Like when we did like array size, like it just shouldn't have this leading 37 or this leading 4. Oh, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Okay, so now if I run swim and I run Dbus. Wait, he didn't crash. He didn't fucking crash. He didn't crash. Okay, hold on. If I say literal here. Let's go! S, 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 S! We're so fucking back, baby! Alright. So, what do we do here? We added Dbus array size? Wow. Holy shit, we're stupid. That was a lot of work. Can we... Hold on. Fix... where's this test? Fix me, clean up, and remove written bin. There we go. Whip, fix, array, writing. Alright. Thank God. Okay. Now back to the real work. We want to reply with the fucking window list. Right? So, like, where do we get that from? We probably have, I think, if I remember correctly, our window manager is based around this, like, global state. So everybody can just kind of, like, peek at that global state whenever they want. And pull whatever the fuck they want out of it. And, like, people who want to, like, add windows just, like, shove shit into that state. Compositor state sounds familiar. So compositor state has a list of windows, and each window knows where it is its render buffer, and where it came from in terms of like Wayland IDs. He does not have a name, which is interesting. So like somebody, I believe these Wayland connections, somewhere is going to like push stuff into this window state, right? Someone is going to call add one, I guess, to this thing. So when we call push window here, this is where the interesting work happens, right? So at this point, we have some like buffer handle. Where do we get like the window name from in the Wayland land? Like somebody sets app ID and sets title. So this title is attached to a XDG top level ID. Then when we commit, does this guy have a top level ID or what? He has like a surface ID and a top level ID here. Okay, so he's assuming every window that we push has to have a top level ID. Beautiful. Which means that we can get like top level data or whatever. Like this top level ID has self windows get pointer top level ID, and we have set title. Beautiful. Window data is, you know, self windows get top level ID, and then this should always succeed. Because we've already validated, I guess maybe not. Okay. And then we can say window data title goes here. Now, this is actually not good because this title could change, right? And right now, he is referencing data owned by this guy. So when we change the title, right, he like frees the old pointer, which is not good. But I guess what we can do is we can kind of say that this guy will kind of like copy that thing, right? So he's gonna say like title is, I mean, it would be nice, but that means that like every single window needs like an allocator who he can own the title on. Maybe this guy for now, the easiest thing to do is to make our window have like a max length title just like embedded. You know what I mean? Because I'm too stupid to figure out anything else right now. So we are going to copy as much as we can in here, I guess. Yeah. Title len is the maximum of window, like, I don't know what to do here yet. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Windows window. So this is a multi-array list, by the way. Max title len 128. Max title len, and then we probably want to say like title len here. Right? Probably. So then we have like title len is max or min, I guess, of title len and max window max title len. Beautiful. And then we have here title len is title len and title is undefined. And then we copy it in later. So we say self Windows get handle pointer, maybe. This returns a window, which seems kind of bad, by the way. Dude, does this have to be copied out? Multi-array list, there must be some sort of like, oh, because in a multi-array list there is no, I see, there is no I see. Storage items. We're looking for the items for title at handle, I guess, probably. Because this is going to return the index of that thing. Sounds right. Okay, so this is like memcopy into this from 0 to title len, from title 0 to title len. Perfect. Better abstraction, please, God. There we go. Good enough for me for now. Okay? Good enough for me for now. So now, all we should have to do is the guy who's like asking for this thing, he should iterate over everyone in his compositor state. So he's like, hey, I have something to say here. Compositor state. And we're like, compositor state? Give me some of that shit. Why not create a temporary window variable, copy the bytes into that, and then push that? Because like then I think that it's gonna like copy around the whole 128 byte structure, which is like fine, but I didn't want to do it that way. Like it's like you can do it without the extra copy if you want. So that was what I was thinking, but maybe that is like fucking his brain dead. You know? Maybe. It's gonna double copy it no matter what. I think it's an extra one, but maybe I'm wrong. All right. So this guy can now go over something somewhere. I really don't like that storage format at all in general, by the way. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So for I don't know what is going on here yet. So I guess we're like looking at like compositor, like state, Windows. And Windows is just Windows. Okay. Who has an iterator? So I guess we do this. We probably like are looking at some sort of like array list because we're looking for some sort of like contiguous shit of ret who I don't know, something like this. Then like while we iterate over these things, we have some window and we're looking at like window.name. Like what does next do here? Oh, I see. I see. This returns a while this. Then we have IT fields or something. Item. Here we go. Of name. Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. Because, like, now we're copying the full field all the time here as well, which is fucking stupid, unless this returns a pointer. It does. Oh, okay. So maybe it's like this. Maybe this is okay. So we're like, then we're saying, like, ret. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Ret. Append the using our scratch allocator, I guess. And he's looking at ID is we all have the same ID for now because we don't have any like IDs that go out there. Then the name here comes from title from 0 to title n. This is referencing storage that should be long term here. We try here. This thing needs a pointer dereference like this. Okay. And this is inner like this, which means this is also inner like this because it's a like strong type. And then this guy's like ret items instead of ret. Okay. He's mad though. For field unimplemented field type usize. Wait, what's changed here? Ret. Should this not be a bunch of like there should be a slice of ret structures, which was what we were doing before and it was fine. So why is it mad now? It's trying to serialize a usize, but items should not have a usize to serialize. What the fuck changed just now? Ret slice should be a slice of rets, right? Which is ret items. Like, am I stupid? This should be exactly the same as it was before. Why is he mad now? Why is he trying to serialize a usize anywhere? Oh, because I called this like an idiot. There we go. Much better. We do need to return a thing here if we're gonna call this. It's a pretty good point. And I guess it's a pointer like this. Alright. Alright. Maybe. So can we call run window manager here? And we're hoping, ignore the fact that this is like totally fucking cooked. We'll look at this one who looks okay. And can we call this Dbus thing now? Let's go! Let's fucking go! So now what needs to happen? These guys need window IDs that we can reference. We need to fix the like title storage. We need like a way to ask the compositor estate to bring a window to the foreground. But I think we're at an hour 45. So this is kind of like a convenient place to call it for the day. I know all we've done so far. All we've done so far is literally like export a title of a window over Dbus. But that was a lot harder than I expected it to be. I guess because the Dbus library didn't support a bunch of stuff that we needed it to. And because we had to like pipe information around the window manager that we didn't have available in the right spot. So I think what I want to do is tomorrow in happy hour, I want to clean up some of the like ownership things here. I don't think that whatever we've done I don't like. And so I'm assuming there's something better. And then we have a bunch of to-dos to fix up in the Dbus library. So maybe we take a run at that stuff and then come back to the taskbar tomorrow or the next day, depending on how much time we spend on cleanup tomorrow. And kind of figure out what to do next there. Cool. I'm happy with the progress. I know that like we've basically accomplished nothing. I understand that that's how it looks to anybody watching this, but I really do think I'm like very, very happy with this amount of progress for the day. It feels good. It feels good to get back at the window manager, you know? So thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you saw, we stream most days. We aim for 12:34 Pacific time. It is 3:45 now if you're watching live. So anywhere between 3 and a bit hours ago and like 50 minutes from now is when you should expect to see us. We are working on the window manager again. We might go back and forth between the emoji renderer. I'm not sure. Depends on how motivated I feel on that one. Yeah, swing back by. There's a Patreon, YouTube members, and Twitch subs. If you pay in those places, you get access to the stuff that we don't post. So this is getting posted to YouTube, but the first half of the stream was us like refamiliarizing ourselves with like the Dbus library and the Wayland library and our date time library and like doing like minor cleanup there. So if you want access to like that type of thing, or like cleanup stream, stuff like that, you can pay and you can get that VOD, or you can catch it live for free. And if you pay, you know, you get knowledge that you're helping the stream continue. Because like one day I'll run out of money and I'll have to get a job like a normal fucking person. And so you can delay that day if you would like. Anyways, thanks for watching. YouTube, peace out. Twitch, let's find someone to raid.